Well, good day, my friends. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion. How are you all doing today? I hope you said great. I'm doing great. We're in Salisbury, North Carolina today, and we are going to explore one of your all favorite drinks. People always comment about it and ask me if I'm a fan of it. We are going to learn a little bit about Cheerwine today. Daze with Jordan the Lion, and you all, it begins right now. Since they are so proud of it here, I'm hoping we'll see a lot of old billboards and murals and things like that. Nice little town this is. 1917, a man named L.D. Peeler invented Cheerwine here. He actually had bought into or partnered up with a mint soda company at the time and had a whole bottling facility down in his basement. And when World War I came around, they had a sugar shortage, and so a lot of the soda companies went out of business. And at that time, a distributor from St. Louis came through and had this cherry flavoring, and LD bought it, put in some other spices and flavors, and created Cheerwine. His family, even though it's generations down the line, still runs it to this day, and it's more popular now, has a wider distribution than ever, and as far as I know is still made here in town. It's bottled in Charlotte, but the actual concentrate is made here in town. And they have a Rowan Museum here that has a whole display on Cheerwine. Oh, saying that President Washington was a visitor here in 1791. Oh, and there he is. How about that? Hello, Mr. President. God, it looks just like him too. Here's the Rowan Museum. So over here is their kind of a small section, but she said they do a yearly festival every year and they bring out a lot more then. This is just some kind of throwback stuff, but it's actually interesting stuff that I want to share with you, because when they first started, you know, it's not just a cherry cola. It was more on the cherry side. The way they came up with the name was back then, during Prohibition, they would name the sodas after like an alcohol, so like root beer, ginger ale, and since this was a burgundy color and it looked like wine and the fizziness was cheerful, bubbly, they called it Cheerwine. And when they very first made the bottles, the very first bottles, glass bottles, had cherries on the neck, and that's how you can identify them. There they are. And then right here beside that original bottle, they have one of the bottlers used for hand pressing the caps onto the bottles. That there's the original distribution truck. There's a soda fountain here in town that makes Cheerwine floats. Maybe we'll go have one of those. Oh, that's cool. It says that is an apron from the original bottling plant. For health, for pleasure, drink Cheerwine. And it says smile, drink Cheerwine, it's full of good cheer. And then over here we have some people working in the bottling plant when it was still the mint cola before they switched over. You can see that says mint cola on this one, but then the Cheerwine crates are behind them. And then there's a 1 gallon jug of Cheerwine, one of the original delivery caps. And then there he is. It says sodas became extremely popular in the United States In the early 20th century, one of the earliest popular drinks was mint cola. In 1914, Louis D. Peeler opened mint cola bottling plant in Salisbury. 3 years later, he created Cheerwine, a highly carbonated cherry-flavored soda. Cheerwine's newfound popularity, along with the popularity of other sodas like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Royal Crown, created many new jobs in the area, including bottling, delivering, selling, and serving soda. And it's a real North Carolina staple. And then here's the original building where he created it, and I believe it's still here. And then that is that grandfather clock looking thing. It says that's the employee time clock for the original Cheerwine plant until the 1960s. Huh. That is pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of a limited amount of stuff, because I thought I saw a photo and that they had like a kind of a whole area, but not quite that big now. Still have some good stuff. Let's go see if we can find some old murals and the old building. And you can buy shirts here too. And this place is no joke, the most popular place in town. It's called, well, it says Sasquatch approved. This is the Sasquatch knife shop. And there are, well, like half the town's in there. I was gonna go in and show you guys because it looks like they have some gigantic Sasquatches painted on the walls, but it's so packed in there, I don't think I'd be able to film anything. I don't think I'd be able to get like an angle at all, so we'll skip that. There's a drink Coca-Cola, but that's not what we're looking for. Not this time. Oh wow, look at that. Not Cheerwine, but that is pretty cool. Stuff like this I'll never understand. You have a mural here for the town with the town name on it, and you park machinery right in front of it, blocking it for visitors. So here it is. This is where Cheerwine was started. This was the home. Kind of interesting too, because you have not only the Cheerwine, which was gaining popularity. It started in 1917. But you have a pretty cool Coca-Cola mural over here. So yeah, when they started it here, originally had a paper label and had the bottle that we saw with the 3 cherries embossed into the neck of it, but they would deliver it by train because of how popular it was getting, and then they had to get a delivery truck to meet demand. Then in 1931, I believe, that's when L.D. Peeler died, and he never saw how big it would become. His son would take it over. Like I said, it's still in the family to this day. I think it was like 3 generations later, one of the descendants took it over and made it like 5 times profitable. So even though you can't get it everywhere, you can get it pretty much any Cracker Barrel or like Cost Plus World Market or some place that sells you know, interesting sodas, but also a lot of places all over the southeast, so like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. I love they have the old mural up there. Surprised they didn't put any kind of historical significance sign here other than just keeping the mural. They advertised it by radio, and their first slogan was for health and pleasure. There's one, oh look at this, I was just gonna say, there's one business keeping Cheerwine definitely alive here. But there's more, because as soon as I started walking down this street, I passed a deli, and just about everybody sitting at a table had Cheerwine. Love the old town clock up there. So we're gonna go to a place called the Fuller Market. All right, here we are. It's the one place in town you can be guaranteed Cheerwine float if you want, or if you want to buy a shirt or hat or something, they sell them here. Look at this, all the Cheerwine stuff you can buy, plus an old-fashioned soda fountain that we're gonna try out for sure. Fuller's Market. Look at all the stuff, all the shirts. Umbrellas, caps. And you can also get it made with the sugar fructose or with actual real sugar. And if you want to buy it by the case, you can buy Cheerwine Zero. I assume the bottles are probably yeah, that's the real cane sugar version. Cheerwine barbecue sauce, there we go. Let's try a Cheerwine float. Oh, Cheerwine milkshake. What do you recommend, the Cheerwine milkshake or the float?
Cheerwine milkshake.
Milkshake? Okay, let's do the milkshake then. I'm gonna go somewhere after this that I know has Cheerwine, so we'll get a bottle of it there. See how they make it. Got the real syrups up there. Putting the ice cream in there. Oh, look at that, they have an old original mint cola drink sign. May have to get this for Katie. It's Cheerwine lip balm. All right, it is done. Let's take a look and see what it looks like. Get an idea of the consistency. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, that's really good. I think I may enjoy it this way more than I enjoy drinking it like right out of the bottle, honestly. This is really good. This is definitely a must-do while you're here in town if you are a Cheerwine fan. Even if you're not, you should come try this. This is really great. As I come out, I noticed they have the old drugstore sidewalk out front. The tile, I love it. This place was great. Now let's go see where Mr. Peeler is buried. A couple of cool cars right here. Okay, make it 3. Here's the cemetery. Chestnut Hill. I'm hoping this won't be too hard to find. I noticed the picture online. There are houses in the background, so that should kind of help narrow it down a little. In between these two shrubs is Lewis Peeler's grave. A soda that he invented, just trying to make some money and give people a good flavor, now is available to be made into cakes and sponsors NASCAR race cars. You can get it in sherbet and ice cream. All kinds of variations of things that the flavors have been used for. It all had to start somewhere with that black cherry flavor that Lewis believed in. I just think it's so cool that it's still a family business. His family still runs it. Now, I want to go to Welcome and get something to eat, and we'll have a Cheerwine with our meal over there. All right, we're heading to Welcome, North Carolina, which we have been there before. If you remember, that's where Richard Childress Racing, the museum, is located. But it also is maybe the best hamburger joint in the world. We are going to Nick's Old Fashioned Hamburgers. Made you look. So here's our spot, Nick's Old Fashioned Hamburgers. Now, this is, I had it pinned on my maps, and when Katie and I came through here for Sting's last match, we tried it and we were blown away. And then a week later, I went to Myrtle Beach and visited a childhood friend, and he starts telling me, he said, hey, my brother was in North Carolina and found a hamburger place that he said tastes exactly like the way our grandpa cooked hamburgers. He goes, and so I drove 3 hours, tried it, and it was amazing. And I go, are you talking about Nick's? And he goes, yeah, how did you know? So that's how good this place is. I pre-ordered the food because it gets busy and it takes about 20 or 30 minutes for him to cook it. I mean, look how packed it is. Looking good, Cheerwine. It is no coincidence. They are always jamming back there. I've been here 3 times, maybe 4 times now, and it's never slow, no matter what time you come. I didn't get any onion rings or anything, but you're supposed to get their ranch because it's homemade and it's really good. Especially, I recommend it with the onion rings. I said mine's about 5 minutes away from being done. It's on the grill right now, but look how busy it's gotten since I got here. I just waited in this line already. So thank God for outdoor seating. They have more seating out here. So I'll show you what I ordered, because basically what I did was every time Katie and I order anything, whatever she orders always turns out to be the better of the two. So it basically happened here as well. What she ordered turned out to be the best, but I liked what I had also. So we got the Noah burger made with pimento cheese, bacon. I got no jalapeno, diced onions, mayo, and barbecue sauce. So I got a Noah burger, and I got an all-the-way dog. Hot dog with chili, slaw, onions, and mustard. They have a ton of burger options, a ton of sandwich options, and even shakes. Thought it was appropriate to have some Cheerwine. There we go. I don't think I'll be able to finish them both, but I'll definitely be able to take whatever I don't finish to go. I might be able to eat it all though.
Outsiders work overtime and they come in the next morning, spend around 2 hours and they ain't got nothing to do.
And here they actually have 2 options of slaw, the white slaw or the red slaw. I prefer the white. Man, that is great dog. Oh my God, the chili and everything is just perfect. All right, I lied. I really didn't need to take this home. I'll finish that.
Marty, you remember Marty? Yeah, he working nowhere.
I remember he used to come in there once a year, bring that deer, get all these deer.
Oh man. Woo.
You are not kidding, man. That stuff was
Pimento cheese, bacon. I'm not usually a huge bacon fan, but it's good on this. Barbecue, mayo, onions. That burger is by far the best burger you can get anywhere anywhere I can think of. This is good. Blows that hot dog out of the water, and I love the hot dog. That is just glorious. So also in welcome, like I mentioned, was Richard Childress Racing. That was who Dale Earnhardt raced for. So I wanted to pop in here, see if they have anything interesting that I might get, because I've become much more of a Dale Earnhardt fan and respect him a lot more since I've been here, or actually kind of started here, learning about him and everything, going home and learning a whole lot more. So let's see what we can find in there. So this was interesting. Richard Childress himself was actually donating, well, he was selling his own items from his personal memorabilia, like things that he's wore at races or things like that. I noticed they had a polo shirt from the NASCAR Hall of Fame, and he had signed it. And I found some really interesting hats in there from his collection, his personally, see, they actually say on their RC personal collection. This one was $20, but it's because it was Dale Earnhardt, and I was just like, oh, that's just too cool. It's like a trucker style hat. It's got the horse on there, Top Gun. But then the rest of them were only $5 each. Look what I got. This is great. So this one's for Scott Michaels. Mountain fried chicken. It's not greasy. I'm gonna send him that. This one, I was dying when I saw it. That's Alcor. That's Cryonics. That's who froze Ted Williams' head for until they can find a way to bring him back to life and give him a new body. $5. The people with answers. Yeah. And then the last one I got, pretty old and ratty, but look at that. Atlanta Journal 500 Winston Cup. It's not even called the Winston Cup anymore, so I had to get that for $5. Pretty cool. I'm happy I stopped. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed our day today. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of Cheerwine history, food recommendation not to be beat, and just exploring more of North Carolina. Thank you all for joining me. We'll see you next time. Please hit the like button, please subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. We'll see you next time. Have a great night, and goodbye.